I'm back. Hi guys, missed you. Can you believe it's been a full year since I had my nose done? That's crazy. A full year. I'm 12 months post-rhinoplasty. Today's the 9th of August and my surgery was on the 16th of August. It was either the 15th or 16th, but I think I flew on the 15th and then got my operation on the 16th. If you're new here, hi! 1 year ago I got my nose sliced open for aesthetic purposes. I had a primary Caucasian rhinoplasty. I had it done in Istanbul by the wonderful Dr. Ozan Erol, legend, best in the game, and I booked through Clinic Hub. I made 2 detailed vlogs of the entire experience, the entire week that I was there. I then made a 3-week Q&A video and then a 6-month update, and now here I am making my 12-month update. So if you haven't watched the other 3 videos that I've made, 4 videos that I've made on my nose job, I'd probably watch those before watching this one, just because otherwise, you know, it might not make too much sense. Also, I do have my pajama bottoms on, okay? We're all friends here. So if you see me shifting about and you're like, why has she got fleece leopard print trousers on? They're pajamas. Duh. Comfy cozy girl. Okay, so the first question I get asked all the time is, are you happy with it? This is a complicated question for me. Yes, I'm happy with it because I hated my nose before. So I'm always going to be happy with it because it's always going to be better than what it was before. However, I am still excessively swollen, and that is the part that I am not happy with. That is nobody's fault. I panicked and thought it was my fault, that I'd done something terrible and wrong. My surgeon confirmed that no, it's not my fault. It's just that my body has basically produced an excessive amount of tissue in its healing response. Therefore, it's a bit thicker than it should be. I always messaged him saying, how did things look? Because I didn't want to project my thoughts onto him or anything like that. So I just would send him photos and be like, how does it look, for him to tell me. And he said to me still very swollen, shouldn't be this swollen by now. And I was like, oh, okay, what do we do? And he was like, so give it some more time, see where we are after the first year, and potentially look at a secondary surgery to remove the excess tissue. And I was like, oh, okay, because I didn't expect to need any kind of secondary surgery. So we're now about a year on, and I messaged him again recently and I was like, Doc, what are we thinking? And he said, yeah, you're still more swollen than you should be at this point. So he's been very honest with me from the jump. And also, by the way, this has nothing to do with his surgical skills. This can happen to anyone. So yes, he has recommended a secondary surgery and I am all about it. I want the surgery really badly. I want the swelling to go away. I'm fed up. However, I can't afford to go back to Turkey at the moment and pay that much for a surgery. He was going to operate for free, but the most expensive part is your hospital stay, the anesthesiologist, your medications and all of that. So let me tell you what they actually quoted me. This is the charges. It would be for my hospital operation room, my anesthesia team, my 1-night stay in the hospital, my anesthesia medication, my nurse service charge, my blood test, my post-op medications, and my accommodation, as well as transfers. That's a 4-day trip that they recommended, and it would have been £1,500. So it's not crazy, but £1,500 is still a lot of money that I just can't find right now to go back to Turkey. I can't afford to go back right now. So I said to Dr. Erol, I was like, well, what now? If I can't afford to come back, what now? And he just said that if I give it some more time, the swelling should continue to go down on its own, but it is just going to take much longer than we would have initially thought. Basically, your nose is supposed to be almost fully healed after a year. And it is healed, but it's just swollen is all. It's not the end of the world. You know, the swelling is something that probably no one else would notice, but I am very self-critical, very hyper aware of every detail on my face, so I am very aware of it. But let's talk other details as well. So in terms of how my nose feels, I still don't have full feeling back, I wouldn't say, and I don't know if I ever will. I have most feeling, see, everywhere besides the tip feels completely normal, but the tip just still feels slightly numb. Feels the wrong word, but I guess it is numb because it's like I can't really, I can feel, but there's no sensation. Like I obviously feel my finger touching there, but there's no sensation at all. Does that make sense? I don't know. I will say as well that it still feels almost wobbly. Does that make sense as well? Sorry, have I just asked you 9 times if things make sense, which probably means I'm not making sense. It's like, it's the weirdest feeling to try and describe unless you felt it, but it's like wobbly, like it feels like it's been operated on still. I don't know. It doesn't quite feel like it's fully part of my face yet. Does that make sense? If this girl asks us one more time if it makes sense, we're gonna hit her in the face, okay? Okay, not in the nose though. Not in the nose. I don't think I'll ever play a ball sport ever again, and that's a bit sad. I wasn't a ball sport person. I'm terrible at tennis. But I kind of would like to play dodgeball again sometime in my life, and I don't think I will. I know that a lot of people have questions about smell. My smell has been back from like when I got my cast off. I've never had any issues with smell at any point. My nose is a great sniffer. She works real good. Breathing wise, a lot of questions about breathing. I actually didn't realise before I had my rhinoplasty, but part of my surgery was fixing my deviated septum, which my surgeon told me when I woke up. He was like, yeah, I did X, Y, and Z and I fixed your deviated septum. And I was like, my what? Did I have a deviated septum? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh. So clearly I'm not very in tune with my breathing because I never noticed that I had breathing problems before. But I definitely don't have breathing problems now. I breathe great. Okay, now let's talk about my scar, which by the way is like non-existent. Okay, so there's literally, like, you can't even see. This is my scar. Literally invisible. I'd say it's been invisible since like month 6 maybe. The first 3 months it was pretty prominent. Again, not that anyone else would have noticed, just like you would notice it on yourself. But yeah, don't even see it now. I just realized I haven't actually shown you like a side profile view or anything, so let me show you some close-ups. This is my nose from the front. My favorite thing about my nose job, and I'll never ever get over it, is how straight my nose is. Every time I look in the mirror and I see my nose being straight, when the light is reflecting on my face and it's like reflects in a straight line, I'm gobsmacked. I have a straight nose. Like, look, do you see that light reflecting right now? Perfectly straight. Arrow straight. Is that a saying? Arrow straight? I think so. Very straight. This is scary. I look scary. My lovely nostrils. And then I'll give you bad side first, good side second. This is my bad side. I'll come a bit closer to you. And then here's my better side. That's my nose. In terms of just like life and living, things I've done since having my nose job, I have been on a holiday. So if you don't know me, which I mean, I hope none of you do, because I hate the idea that anyone I know watches my videos. But I love holidays. Okay, like holidays what I live for. I am meant for the sun. I love going abroad, and like I don't go anywhere at home. I don't have a social life, and that's how I like it. Okay, I like it that way. I don't go anywhere, so I don't wear my outfits that I spend trillions and billions of pounds on every year. I'm an online shopping addict. I'm just a girl who loves clothes but who doesn't actually ever get a chance to wear her clothes. But when I go on holiday, I have 2 weeks where it's like every day it's a fashion show. And it was so nice for me to like go on holiday and be wearing all my nice outfits and also being like, I have a cute nose right now. So yeah, that was like a special feeling. It's also just so nice when I'm like taking photos or like taking videos, specifically filming for YouTube, because it's like, you know, when you're doing a photo, it's like you pick the angle, whereas when you're doing YouTube and you're moving around, like people can see you from every angle. It's just so nice not having to think about like feeling embarrassed about the way my nose looks. Like it's very freeing, very freeing. Oh, I've slept funny on my neck a couple nights ago and it keeps like twisting itself up. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, that one didn't do it. Okay. Guys, I think I've kind of covered everything. I knew this was going to be quite a short video. I mean, is it? I think, to be fair, I've been filming for like 25 minutes. She's a yapper. She loves to yap. But by the time I've edited it, I think this will only be like 10 to 15 minutes long because I don't have a whole lot to say. You know, I kind of told you guys everything already. We've been through this full journey together. You and me and you. And some of you have even had your own noses done too in that time. Now we're bonded for life. It makes me want to cry when girls message me and they're like, oh my god, like, I'm watching your videos and they make me feel so comforted, and like now I'm like excited for my own surgery because I was so nervous, but then I watched your video and now I'm not nervous. I'm like, aww. Guys, there's nothing to be nervous about. Best decision I ever made. I'd say right now I'm like 75% happy, and I would like to be 85 to 90% happy. And I think that's achievable when the swelling goes down. Okay, I'm loving you and leaving you, otherwise I'm never gonna stop talking. Bye!